Are we good on both? Okay. Cool. We in the building.
Oh, here we go. Damn. Hold
on. We in the building.
In the building. In the mother. Ah! All right.
This time we in the building.
Yeah.
We got to try some new stuff here. Welcome to Triad Hip Hop Podcast. This is your man Kurt, and this is
Howie.
And this is going to be episode 171.
171.
You know, it's a little bit of a sad, somber, moment because we lost somebody. So we're going to get into that in a few minutes. But before we do that, how was your week this week?
Oh, week's been pretty good. Can't complain. I didn't really do much this week. Went to work.
Okay.
Well, I did. My aunt, she went into the hospital. I don't want to get too in much detail about that. But
I understand.
She went in and man, just work. Trying to get the schoolwork going. Trying to make navigate. About it.
I feel you, man.
How about you, sir?
My week was cool, man. Just an average week. My car is still being repaired, so I'm waiting on that to be finished. So we can get that settled for my little accident. But other than that, just an average week, just kind of waiting. Same old thing, working. Just trying to stay afloat, and just trying to represent hip hop. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That camera right there. I don't mean to.
No, you good.
Bringing it just to my.
Like
there we go. Wait a minute, you cut out.
Yeah, it's all good. I mean, one of us. That's the thing.
Well,
that's the thing about
Instagram. They don't need to see. Hell, they don't need to see half me anyway. Right. My big ass. Hey,
it'll be all right. But Instagram is they don't let you do the side view so you can get it in a wide shot.
Yeah,
so we gotta have to work with whatever the hell they give us. But like I said, it was a good week. Nothing too bad until we got that news.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, we lost one of my favorite rappers, Biz Markie. And also rest in peace goes out to an actor named Charlie Robinson. He's a lot of y'all may not know him. I just knew him from an older show when I was a kid called Night Court. And he was like, there was a judge and there was the bailiff, and he was the bailiff guy, I believe. And he just always stole the show. He was just that kind of character that even though the show wasn't about him, the judge was supposed to be the star. He always stole the show. He was just that good of an actor. And he's done a couple other movies, I believe, since then, but that was my most notable moment about him, is being on Night Court. If anybody gets a chance, you ever go back and watch classic TV, just look up the show Night Court. The whole show was good, but you'll see who I'm talking about. Charlie Robinson, the black dude, played the bailiff. And then, rest in peace also to Biz Markie. Oh, hold on. I'm missing some light.
Oh, dang, yo, I look little my big ass eyes.
Had to get
look like Hassan Campbell with them big ass eyes, man. Get the Snotbox rocks. Right. All right, I'm gonna shut up. But
we're gonna get into that.
Yeah, I didn't want that smoke.
We gotta get into Hassan Campbell. But yeah, man. Just let's give both Charlie Robinson and Biz Markie a moment of silence before we get into our question of the day. All right, thank y'all for doing that with us. We appreciate it. So, again, we lost definitely an icon in hip hop. His catalog goes all the way back to 88 is when his first album came out, but he was, in hip hop even before that, on the streets, and he was recording the album even before that. But we're gonna get into all of that later on. But Howie had a question of the day. What do you want your question of the day to be today?
Obviously, it's simple question. What was your favorite Biz Markie song, man?
Favorite Biz Markie song, man. So what's yours?
I have to say, Make the Music with the Mouth.
Make the Music. Okay, okay.
I mean, as far as like it just the sample, yeah, that sample,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I mean, everybody's used it, but man, it just man, that's special.
That's true, man.
Special,
I mean,
man.
his sounds so unique. You know, a lot of people have used a lot of those samples, but his is a lot more unique to me. So I do like that. And you know, he had one of the dopest producers at that time behind him, Marley Marl. So shout out to him. Um, so yeah, Make the Music was definitely one of my favorites as well. I ain't gonna lie, all morning, man. That's all I've been doing, man. Is just going down memory lane, listening to the old Biz Markie. Man, so Make the Music played a couple times. My favorite has always been Going On. The one that was the title of the album.
Biz Markie is going up. The Biz Markie is going up.
Biz, go off, go off. Man, listen, that was for some reason something about the rhymes and the beat just hit perfectly for me, man, on that one. And you know, he did a video for that one as well, which one was one of my favorite videos. You know, where the two kids it's like they're going to see the Wizard of Oz, where they call him the Great Biz. They're like, we want to see the Great Biz. And he opens the door, he's like, the Biz sees no one. And it was, you know, of course it was Biz. And he closed the door on them twice, and then the third time they snuck in. So it was good, man. I loved it. So that's my favorite Biz track of all time. I don't care. Everybody, you know, loves stuff like, you know, Just a Friend and all of that, but Going Off has always been mine. That beat was knocking and the rhymes were just perfect, man. And even a couple of rappers have kind of you know, given Biz some credit. You know, like I don't know if you know, like there was one of the bars in that was the ha 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 ha. Check out this bizarre rapping style used by me. Biggie used that, you know what I mean?
Oh, obviously, yeah.
Yeah, Biggie did that. He was like, ha 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 ha. Check out this bizarre rapping style used by me.
And Jay-Z.
Did Jay-Z do it? Okay.
Hell yeah, when he did What's Free, What's Free?
Oh
yeah.
That's right. You're right.
She was taking, everybody's like, oh, you're taking Biggie, but yeah, he's taking the Biz.
But everybody, a lot of people give Biz a lot of credit, man. So we'll come back and we'll get into all that. You know, I don't want to get ahead of myself. But before we go too far, let me go ahead and announce some birthdays real quick before we get into our topics and whatnot. So on July 13th, got to give a big rest in peace and happy birthday to MF Doom. You know, of course, one of your, you know, favorite rappers. If you're really into lyricism and bars, he's going to be in your list somewhere. You know what I mean? On July 15th, my man Jim Jones had a birthday. That was a couple days ago. Happy birthday. Bowling. Man. It was a decent, catchy song.
Nah, that's a cool song.
I like the beat, but I've never been a fan of his rapping as much. But he's still a cool dude. I like.
Nah, when it came out, it was annoying, but I mean, I'm pretty sure I hear it now. Yeah.
I kind of like when you know, him and Jay-Z had that back and forth, and Jay-Z took it and did a diss to him on it.
Yeah,
you know, that was funny. But on July 16th, happy birthday goes out to my man Daryl Chill Mitchell. I don't know if y'all know him, but he was from a group called Groove Be Chill. He was in House Party, if you remember. If you ever saw House Party, he was the one that kept bumping the DJ tape.
Okay. You
know, and Martin Lawrence was like, yo, chill. That's why that was what was so coincidental, because he kept using the word chill. That was his rap name, Chill. Yeah. So I think he's in a wheelchair these days. Yeah. But he's still alive and he's still doing his thing. So shout out to him. And then today, we got a special happy birthday and rest in peace to my man Guru from Gangstar. Definitely got a you know, first man. Listen, Guru, man, he's heavily missed. So it's really crazy that his birthday comes right after the day we lost Biz. Yeah. So but yeah, and then coming up tomorrow on the 18th, we got my man Hobson. He got a birthday. Happy birthday to him. Also tomorrow, Ben Zeno. Happy birthday to him. Yep. Coming up on the 20th, the legend himself from Queens, Cool G Rap.
See,
you know? What y'all know about that?
Yeah, you know, Cancer Nation. You know what I mean? I knew I liked that nigga, boy.
G Rap.
And he might be related to me. I'll tell you about that, right? He shares my last name.
Oh, okay, okay. You know what?
So we might be family.
You know what? Might be down the line somewhere. You know, that might be where how we get the bars from. You know what I mean? T-Rap got that.
Only thing I be rapping pack.
Yeah, man. But T-Rap got that semi-automatic flow, man. That Uzi, man. So anyway, coming up on the 22nd, my man Petey Pablo. Happy birthday to him. Right. And then coming up on the 24th, my man Esoteric, man. All right, that's a dope dude right there, man. He from Czarface and a couple other projects too. So let's give them all a round of applause. Yep. You know what I mean? Do they thing. Yes, sir. But happy birthday to them. So as far as music, I don't have too much to talk about. A couple of new joints I heard about. There's one new joint called Beautiful, and it features three of my favorite artists. Cam Bada, all right, Loaded Lux, all right, and Cy Rock. All right, and it's a dope song. They killed that. It's called Beautiful. They have a video for it and everything, so y'all go check that out. It's on YouTube. Also, my man King Crooked got a song called Shea Cotton. I believe that's how you pronounce it. It's Schea. I believe it's Shea Cotton, but either way, it's a dope song. Anything Crooked does, man. You know, anything he does, it's dope. He gonna give you the bars. He gonna give you the West Coast flavor. You know what I mean? He ain't trying to switch up the style and sound like none of these new cats. You know, with the all abusing the auto tunes. Speaking of auto tunes, you know I don't know if you saw this, man.
Oh yeah, I heard. I meant to talk about that. The T-Pain. I didn't see everything, but
T-Pain went on a rant. He was like, "Stop it! I'm sick of this." I mean, and he was right. You know, he was basically saying that everybody has abused this auto-tune style and won't let it go, which he's right, man. I mean, everybody pretty much jumps on it like, well, this is what's working for other people, so let me just do it. And it's like, for me, auto-tune doesn't allow me to distinguish you from other artists. It just makes you sound like other artists. And for my taste, I want something that'll distinguish you. I want to hear what your real voice sounds like. So I don't even mind if you use it sometimes. You know what I mean? Just don't use it all the time.
Well,
you know what I mean?
I look now. Did you, speaking of which, you heard when T-Pain that buy you a drink and he did it without auto tune?
Yeah, that was dope. Yeah, that was one of the times when you really found out that he had a voice. Because you know, T-Pain, he was famous for using auto tune. You know, and I mean, you know, he made it a big thing, you know. And
well, I mean, that's always been there.
Right. That's what
I'm saying. Roger Troutman, you know, people have used it. I think what it is just a lot of people, when they use, like, you know, they just made to the ground. And then I don't think it's so much the artist's fault more so than the record company's fault. I think really what it is, they like, okay, well, this T-Pain guy, he does that. So what you need to do, you need to do that,
right?
You know, and they just kind of run it in the ground. It's like, well, you know, and you know, I think too, like the artists, they need to kind of get to a point where they can stand, like, well, look, you know, what T-Pain's doing is cool. Right. Like, we can do that, but can we do it in our own way? Exactly. Why do we have to? You know what I'm saying? That's just.
I'm sure it's a lot of record people behind the scenes, you know, really pushing that. So, but it was just funny to see T-Pain, you know, because I mean, he's right. He was like, we already got Little Uzi Vert. You know, we already got Little Everybody. We already got all these people doing stuff. Why do y'all keep trying to do the same formula? It's getting old.
Yeah.
You know, it was old when Little Uzi Vert came out. You
know we need to do, I'm waiting for somebody to call them. I'm not going to give that away. So I'm going to make a group.
Okay.
And, I'm going to make a group. And I'm not going to use big or little. You just got to guess what I'm going to use. Right. And then, bam, that's what we're going to be.
I'm gonna make a group too, man. I'm gonna call myself Medium. You know what I mean?
Motherfucker, see, that's what I'm talking about. God damn it!
All right. we gonna
man, you threw it away. You threw it away.
all right. I'm gonna call myself 40p. But anyway, so yeah, man. But yeah, that was it for music. Have you heard of any new music coming out recently?
Nah. I'll be honest with you, I have not. Like I said, man, I've just been, you know, with the whole thing with Biz, everything, and just, you know, been going down memory lane, man.
Yeah, man. You got to. So before the end of the show, we're gonna wrap it up and kind of go down memory lane and talk about Biz. But for the topics, let's go ahead and get into that real quick.
Yep.
So first of all, I want to give a big shout out to my man, the rapper Wise Intelligent from Poor Righteous Teachers. He did us a big service by sharing one of our posts on his page. You know what I mean? We shouted him out because, of course, we got his book, and it's a great book, by the way. I encourage anybody to go get it. But he took that post and he reposted it to his page, so that was really huge for us. I really appreciate that, and I'm sure that's brought us a little more attention here. So that was really big of him to do that, and you can't go without paying respect to people like that.
Yeah,
so,
man.
Let's give him a round of applause. You know what I mean? So, yes, sir. And I've been meaning to do a good lyrical breakdown on some of his stuff, man, because he has some classics, man.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And he was a dope lyricist. I mean, he's conscious, he's educated, you know what I mean? So, shout out to Wise Intelligent, man. We're going to do that.
I wonder what the beef between him and YZ, what the beef between that happened?
I'm not aware. I have to admit, I'm not aware, so I couldn't even shed any light on that. So
yeah, I got the diss song somewhere.
Yeah,
like
okay.
YZ was like, yeah, Poor Righteous Teachers, you trying or something like
wow.
that. It was like,
wow. I didn't know that, man.
Yeah.
So, YZ was about out there. You got into that beef with Tretch that one time.
Oh, did not know that.
Yeah. That was a really big one. Him, he kind of dissed the whole Naughty by Nature, but I don't know. The first thing we heard of it was from Naughty by Nature. They kind of do a shot at him because on the song 1 motherfucking 2 motherfucking 3, at the end of Tretch's verse, I don't know if it was at the very end, but remember he kind of goes to the alphabet, A, B, C, W, D, 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 and then he says UVW extra fuck the YZ.
Whoa!
And so that was the first we heard of it. And then, like a year later, YZ comes out with this song called Return of the Holy One. And on the one, like maybe the second or third verse, he calls them out. He's like, I heard somebody talking naughty about me. They getting too personal, don't even know my circle. And so that was his attempt to get back at them.
Wow.
And then supposedly after that drop, him and Tretch saw each other in the street.
Oh,
and
shit.
Supposedly Tretch manhandled his ass. I don't know. But supposedly Tretch, like in the video, YZ, like when he's talking about Naughty by Nature, he has like a chainsaw. So supposedly he walks around with this chainsaw. And according to the rumor, Tretch took the chainsaw.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay, how motherfucking much of a real hood nigga do you have to be that you can take a chainsaw from somebody? You know what I mean? That you got a chainsaw, dude.
Yeah,
cut a nigga up.
Nah, I ain't fucking with Tretch.
I don't know. I mean, that was the rumor that I read it in the magazine back in the day. In the 90s when all this was happening.
Yeah, before YouTube,
right,
videos.
Right.
Man, imagine it, man. All that stuff that happened back in those days. Imagine they had that, like what we got now.
Man,
back then. Oh my God,
man.
I'm
telling you, man. That's why they capitalizing off us, honestly, because YouTube and all of that social media, man, has become a central point for us and our beefs and street fights and all that shit, man. It's like a gift and a curse. It's sometimes it's entertaining, but for the most part, I don't like that shit. Just seeing us always at each other's throats, man. I don't like that shit.
But I mean, that's the thing, though. But see, that's the thing. It's like the world. Everybody watches it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's interesting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because because you know what I'm saying? Like other people do it, but they don't really do it to the level that we do to each other.
That's true.
To each
That's
other.
true.
Yeah.
So we definitely got to stop all that, man, amongst ourselves.
Yeah.
Let's rebuild the Black community. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So anyway, the next point of topic is Wu-Tang: The American Saga Season 2 is coming.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So anybody who saw Season 1 has definitely been anxious to see Season 2. It kind of gives you the backstory of Wu-Tang, but it's not 100% facts. It's a little bit of fiction just kind of thrown in there for the dramatical effect and all of that. So but it's still really good just to see them being portrayed on the screen. You know what I mean? So definitely ready for that. It's on Hulu, I believe. So it's supposed to be coming out somewhere around the middle to the end of September. I can't remember the exact date. Maybe September 29th is what I want to say.
So hopefully they'll pick up where, when they were going back down south. Did you hear what was like the holdup with the production, or was it anything doing? I mean, I didn't obviously thinking it was something dealing with the COVID that made it stop.
That's my assumption. I think it has something to do with the pandemic and all of that. So I think they probably had to put production on hold for a while. But I'm still anxious to see it. But that's the only logical explanation for me. But I have not heard anything official. I'm just happy it's coming out. So But yeah, definitely shout out to Wu-Tang, because they're overseeing the project. I know RZA's overseeing it. Raekwon oversees the dude who's doing his part, Method Man. So they really playing a part in it to make sure that it's done right. You know what I mean? So so they've been doing a good job with that. All right. What you want to talk about next? You want to talk about the verses?
Let's go ahead and talk about the verses.
Yeah, man.
Who y'all got?
We got.
That's another question of the day. Who y'all got? Lox
or Dipset?
Dipset.
Both of them in strong camps, but I have to be honest. I don't think they can hold a candle to the Lox, man. I can't do it. The Lox they've been doing it longer, and they got a longer catalog. Plus, their songs, you know what I mean, are so solid to me. Now, Dipset do have some heaters and bangers and all of that, but I just don't think they have enough to outdo the Lox. That's just my opinion. What you think?
I'm rooting for the Lox. I've listened to what Doggy Diamonds and Blizz. They were kind of talking. They were going Dipset. I'm kind of going Lox, but I do understand where they're coming from, because they were talking about that mixtape era. They, the Lox, Dipset, and G Unit had it on lock.
Yeah,
really, it'd been great if we had Dipset, Lox and G Unit, but G Unit can't really get along, and this
right, exactly, which is so stupid.
But I mean, I think the Lox got a chance. Only thing that's kind of bad though is Jada's gonna have to play some of his solo stuff. You know what I'm saying? In order to to get some wins.
That's a given, because Styles is going to probably do that too. But Styles got some bangers, and it's going to happen with Dipset, because they got more solo stuff, I think, than they got group stuff. Cause
well, that's another thing too, and but now that's one thing I think the Lox will shine on. Now they got Styles and Jada got some good duos.
Oh yeah, man.
So.
That man, because Styles, he gonna do I get high every day. I get high. That's one of his most popular songs. He had a bunch of them, but that's one of his most notable. And Jada, he's a force just within itself. I mean, they're all dope, man, but I think Jada has a more notable solo catalog.
Mm-hmm.
But they all got plenty of albums. My man Styles P got plenty of albums. Jada got plenty of albums. Sheek Louch got mad albums. I mean, the Silverback Gorilla, you can't deny that dude.
That's one thing people say, like Sheek is like the weakest link, but Sheek is pretty strong, man.
Sheek is just a little more reserved, so Sheek don't put himself out there as much as them. But Sheek, when you listen to his music,
Sheek gets it in.
Solid.
Sheek get busy.
Mm-hmm.
For real.
Yeah, man. He his verse on I think it was the Benjamins was one of my favorites. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. You gotta respect Sheek Louch.
Nah, they gotta play that. You know what the Lox gotta play though? To kind of just get them in the frenzy. They need to play that. Like as far as like to get the competition series, they need to play that Ain't Nobody Better.
Yeah.
With that Primo joint.
Mm-hmm.
Jada be like, it's the God minus 12 disciples. Yo, he said this. Woo! God minus the 12 disciples. Mm-hmm. If I don't like you, I'm gonna kill you, not even fight you, bite off a piece of ear, just like Mike do. Yo, bars would get critical. So I can't even do it justice. I'm doing his voice, but he put that umph to it.
Yeah, man, you got to, man. You got to. So, I'm and Styles P just dropped the Ghosted. It was. I think I said it wrong last time. I said Ghosted, but it's actually Ghosting.
Okay.
He just dropped that like a week or so ago, so that's doing pretty good. But yeah, man. I mean, I'm excited about it. I can't remember the exact date. But I think
it's August the 3rd.
Yeah, somewhere in the early part of August. So I'm excited about that. We got 2 or 3 more weeks for that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So I'm gonna tell everybody right now, which you don't do it anyway. But if you do happen to call on August 3rd, I'm not picking up. Don't call me for shit.
Right.
I am not doing anything.
Right. Exactly.
I'm gonna be at the crib. I'm gonna watch the joint. I'm gonna be with we fly high, Nola, I'm gonna be, celebrate. And that's another thing too. Cam got some stuff too, man. Like the solo stuff.
Oh yeah.
What mean the world of you? Let me know the do. Let me know. That joint went hard, man.
Cam, if he really wants to, he could go all the way back to the joint he did with KRS-One. What was it? The 5 boroughs?
Yeah, 5 boroughs of death.
Yeah.
And bring some people.
That was my favorite.
If he brought KRS to the Garden.
Oh my God, it would be a
wrap. It might be over.
It would be a wrap.
If they do
the whole fucking building.
If they do that, and if they bring out Jay-Z,
man, listen.
Shit.
Man,
shit.
That
would be crazy.
Incredible,
that would be crazy.
Jada got so many collabs, man. He can bring out any number of people, man.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that, man. There was another thing I wanted to mention, and I'm trying to remember who it was before I forget. Oh shit. Nori is trying to battle somebody. Who the fuck was it? Oh shit. Nori.
It wasn't Fat Joe, was it?
No.
Which that would be interesting.
Right. That would be.
I wonder who would go against Fat Joe, really. Yeah. Even though he's been kind of doing crazy stuff.
He's been around for a minute. Fat Joe came out around 91, 92, somewhere in that area.
But
so he can go up against a lot of different
Fat people. Joe can bring people up because he did a lot of posse records. Everybody from DRTC to Jay-Z. If he bring out Eminem to the damn because he did that with the Lean Back Rock Back remix. And he bring out Eminem to the joint. Oh, it's over.
Yeah,
it's over.
Absolutely. He could actually go up against 50 Cent. He would be a good one just to go solo against 50.
Oh,
but 50 said he's not doing no verses. He actually did say that in a recent.
Because everybody know the one they want to see is him and Ja Rule.
Right. Yeah, that would be dope. I mean, just in general, but 50 said he ain't gonna do it. But I think he kind of punking out because I think he's scared of what it might turn out to be. You know what I mean? So the way he talking, he's like, well, yeah, now that the world is opening back up, I don't want to backtrack. You know what I mean? I don't want to go backtracking, but to the old stuff. I'm like, come on, dude. You ain't dropping no new music. So why not? You know what I mean? It's just all in fun, man. Do that shit.
Yeah, but if he did the job versus job, it would be personal. Fat Joe, I think. I mean, even though they had beef, they squashed it. So it wouldn't.
Yeah, him and John have not squashed it.
New.
So I think John has made attempts to, but 50 I think 50 likes the fact that he that's what sells. The friction between us. So I don't want to speak on it and just say, yeah, I'm gonna leave it alone. He knows that's what gets people's attention. So we'll see. I don't know, but I'm excited about Lox versus Dipset. That's definitely going down. I might have to reserve that day off. You know what I mean? I don't know what day that falls on, but it's probably like a weekend. I'm assuming.
I think so.
Yeah. So you were telling me something about Rizza Islam.
So
tell us about that.
Rizza Islam, everybody. Let me explain this to y'all. Shout out my cousin over here.
Yeah, what up?
So, and actually, I want to shout out my cousin because he actually shared this with me. Rizza Islam has just announced that 1,000 lawyers.
1,000 lawyers.
And 10,000 plus, 10,000 plus doctors.
Okay.
Are taking the court, the CDC, and the World Health Organization over the jab.
Yeah. Talking a lawsuit over the jab. If y'all don't know what we mean by over the jab, you gotta do your history. But we're talking about the injection.
So what he was saying is that they violated all 10 Nuremberg codes. I think I shared those codes on my personal page. I might try to post it up, on here or whatnot. But yeah, man, like I'm excited about it. Only thing is bad is he does want people to detox from it very, very quickly because it is they're saying that the stuff that was in this was very toxic, and the fact that it really was rolled out very quick. It's just like we're the guinea pigs. And honestly, you should have known it was something up with it, especially black people. But your old boy Bill Gates, talking about, we're gonna give it to the black community first.
Yep. So, and I mean, and I keep hearing that it's not FDA approved. So what kind of shit is that? You know what I mean? Yes. Normally that's one of the first things they do before they put a drug out there.
Well, they rush.
Sure. Yeah, like you said, they rushed. Yeah, they rushed. They got 3 different versions. Isn't 3?
I think Johnson and Johnson. Actually, they got more than that.
Oh, they got more than that.
I think they got more, but there was a couple. There was a couple that were in several countries that was.
Oh yeah, before those, yeah.
Actually, I can't remember the one, but there was one. They banned it in Europe. It was so bad.
Wow.
And yeah.
Wow.
And they were trying to bring it here. I'm like, man, that's crazy.
Yeah. So I mean, I can't do it, man. I mean, I keep hearing too much that tells me it's not for me. So no disrespect to anybody who got it. And if it's helping you, that's fine. You know what I mean? But I cannot do it right now. I can't see it. So, but yeah, we're gonna see what happens with this lawsuit, man. You said 10,000 doctors, man. Wow.
Yeah, 10,000 plus doctors
were back and
1,000 lawyers. And see, that's good because see what these people have been trying to do, like people like Fauci and stuff, they're trying to combat basically people that are trying to spread information about this, but they're trying to label it misinformation,
right? So
that they be banned for their platforms and stuff. But now, since that might be overturned, that the people that they have their platform bans about speaking out this, they might get it reinstated. So I'm hoping, I'm hoping for, especially for Rizla Islam, because man, I mean, love him or hate him, I respect that brother because he does really good work. I believe he does really good research.
Yeah, he does.
I don't have to totally agree with him, but I like the fact that he's fighting for his people.
Yeah,
I love that, and I like seeing that in the champion. Let me give my man another hand.
Yeah, man. He's a very well educated brother. He's very articulate. I love that about him. You know what I mean? And he's always right on top of stuff. When it jumps off, it's like he's just right there to give his commentary about whether it's good or bad. And I like that. And he's very articulate, so he doesn't miss a beat. So shout out to Rizla Islam.
Yep.
Like you said, you don't have to agree with everything he says because I don't agree with everything he says, but he's more right than he is wrong, in my opinion.
Yep. Before we get to the next topic, I forgot to share this. So I was scrolling down Instagram, I think Friday morning. I kind of woke up and I was scrolling down, and someone shared a post on Twitter. I think a guy that I follow, I guess he got a screenshot of someone that shared something on Twitter and said, was Malcolm X a valuable man or was a man of value? He only had $150 in his pocket.
Wow.
And the thing of it is, it's like, so we equate value to how much money. So look, long story short, I wrote him a post. I don't remember the whole thing. I should have wrote it down or had a screenshot to kind of read it. But this is what I'll kind of paraphrase, like, basically what I replied said, okay, so money is value. That doesn't necessarily mean money. You can be valuable without money.
Right.
If you have a skill or you have empathy and stuff, that's value. You know what I'm saying? That's a shoot. You got families of the world that control the world. They got money, but they're not valuable. They're detrimental to us. They got all this money, but see, you know what I'm saying? We get all caught up in this whole chasing the bag, chasing the money. There's nothing wrong with having money. There's nothing wrong with having things. But I think our problem, especially in this generation, particularly our people, is just that we get caught up in like, oh, well, I ain't making money. Like this podcast, you know what I'm saying? Like we do this for the love. Yeah, we want to make money off this. I mean, that's the goal. But at the same time, we do this for the love. We love hip hop. We love black people. We love all people. You know what I'm saying? We love, that's what we do it for.
Yeah.
But, we try to be of value. Just like when we went to the Rock the Mic tour, shout out my other cousin, put that together in Statesville. I felt that we were doing good. We was a service because some of those guys that was out there, that was one of their first interviews.
Yeah.
So, we didn't have the money, but we were valuable enough to provide those cats with their first interview.
Yeah.
So, man,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It's money. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing you have to think about. Like, it's really money. We have to have it in this plane to live here. We understand that. But is it everything? No.
Not at all. Not at all. And I'm going to say this, man. When it comes to somebody like Malcolm X, I don't care if he didn't have two pennies to rub together. Number one, for me, he is a valuable man, and he's always a man of value as well.
Yes.
He's a man of value because he's a man of value when it comes to family values. He's a man of value when it comes to spiritual values. You know what I mean? He's got tremendous value. And then he's also a valuable man because his legacy has pushed the Black culture forward. No matter what you believe in when it comes to God or spirituality, he has pushed the Black culture forward.
Yeah, you can't deny that.
And not backwards. So he's both a valuable man and a man of value. So I don't know what y'all talking about when y'all ask that question.
Yeah,
because he had $150 in his pocket. I mean, like you said, I don't care if he had two pennies to rub together.
Best example of that. Shout out to Immortal Technique when he said this. I forgot who the guy he said, but he lived in the Roman time. He was supposed to have been a god on earth. So to say, he had all this. Don't hear about him.
Right.
But I guarantee you know who Jesus is.
Right. Yeah. Y'all need to do your homework on some of these figures, man. Like Mansa Musa. You ever heard of him?
Mm-hmm.
That was the richest man in the planet.
Oh, yeah.
Black man.
Yes, sir.
Richest man on the whole planet.
Yes, sir.
Black man. So do your homework and check him out. It's a lot of people like that, man. They don't tell you about, especially in school. So yeah, but yeah. Now, did you have anything else before we jump into the next topic?
Nah, man. Let's get into the next topic, man. I just had to share that, man.
No doubt, man. I'm glad you said that because I never heard of that, and I'm kind of glad that I didn't see that because that would have angered me, man. You kind of devaluing him by even asking that question about Malcolm.
Yeah, I mean,
you're devaluing him with the question.
Yeah, I mean, because that's what I'm saying, man. Like, we gotta really stop having this, tunnel vision. Like, oh, well, you gotta have money. No, there's, like I said, there's people that have money, powerful families in this earth that are very detrimental to the human race.
Yep.
And they're not valued to shit.
Exactly.
They might be able to buy up and all this stuff and all these, whatever it is, amenities, stocks and commodities and all this other stuff. They can do that, but it's just adding value to your life. It's adding value to they might be adding value to their people, but is it making value to everybody as a whole? See, Malcolm served everybody really with his message. Martin served everybody with his message.
Yeah.
Jesus served everybody with his message. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
So you have to think on those lines when you think of value.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely, man.
that's my 2 cents.
Yeah, and that's more valuable than that question that was asked. So, all right. So we got to talk about my man Kwame Brown and his back and forth with Hassan Campbell. You know, Howie's a little more up on it than I am, but I'm just kind of getting caught up right now. So, you know, I saw the video where they were on live together, and Hassan was trying to confront Kwame Brown, and Kwame Brown's trying to confront Hassan Campbell. And I'm gonna let Howie kind of talk to it, and then I'm just gonna add my 2 cents at the end. So,
well, actually, there was some new stuff that came out, man. It was like, you know, you watching the actual video
right
of them actually having a conversation. There's actually some other, about be messy to be honest with you, but there's actually other YouTubers, independent, you know, still giving this information to Kwame Brown and others, you know, digging into Hassan's past, talking about really he wasn't molested by Africa Bam.
wow.
He was actually in a relationship with Africa Bam.
Wow.
So we have that.
Wow.
We have, man, this one dude, I ain't gonna lie, well, I hollered when he said this shit. It's like, yeah, man, I was locked up in the joint with Hassan Campbell, man. Locked up in the joint. You know what my man did, man? Yo, he used to braid, man. He used to braid niggas' hair. Yeah. He used to braid, man. He made niggas would grow out their hair. So my man would braid their hair and stuff. Man, he was in the competitions, everything.
Not competitions.
Yo, he was in the competitions. Yo, man. Yo, when he said that, well, I'm like, no. Don't say that. Who's right. Yo.
You know, I mean, and I have respect for Hassan Campbell, so I ain't even gonna say I don't respect him, but
yeah.
I hope that person is just stretching the truth a little bit. But either way, you know, basically let's kind of take it back a little bit.
Yeah.
So, you know, it started being a back and forth between the two of them, you know, where Hassan was talking about Kwame Brown, and Kwame Brown responded to him. And so that's what brought him to a head where Kwame Brown was doing a live and Hassan finally jumped on his live so they could confront each other, quote unquote, face to face. You know, that's about as face to face as you're going to get these days on a live.
Yeah.
But basically, Hassan Campbell was saying things about Kwame Brown that weren't really as warranted as they should have been, because he even admitted that he was going based on other people inboxing him about Kwame Brown. And so he kind of jumped on it and just went in and just kind of stereotyped them, and that's what started it. So he did eventually apologize for it. But after the apology, it just kind of escalated more because Kwame Brown wanted more of an explanation of, yeah, that's cool, you apologize, but what was it that made you do that? What, you know, out of what I did, I've been trying to do this message to help Black people. What made you jump in on it? What was the thing that I said? And, you know, he really didn't have much of an answer for that, but it just got to a point where, you know, they were arguing, and Hassan Campbell was getting mad and getting emotional. He wasn't crying. I don't mean like emotional like that, but he was getting, you know, you could tell he was getting a little upset. And, you know, he didn't like, I think, the fact that Kwame Brown was bringing other people on the live who were kind of siding with Kwame Brown, like, yeah, you know, Kwame's trying to do this, and you dissing him and this and that. So then it eventually got to the point where, you know, they had to mute Hassan's mic. He got off the live, then he got back on the live. And so that's the most that I've seen. And I do think that Kwame Brown was right for the most part, and Hassan was just getting he was letting his emotions get the best of him, you know, if I have to say it like that. So what has been?
Well, I mean, like I said, man, you just have other media outtakes. You know, like I said, taking, you know, giving information. 10 Toes Down, he's actually talking about there was an actual court date. I think August the 14th.
Okay.
14th, that he could take Bam to court for the molestation. He keeps putting it off. That's why 10 Toes Down keeps saying that. Because 10 Toes Down actually said that, hey, I got my family lawyer let's do this.
Right.
And then Hassan's like, I got somebody, working on the door. Like, look, it ain't gonna take 2 seconds. We can just do a phone call right now. I'll call you back. And he never called back.
Wow.
Not to
come on,
alleged. So
I hope that's not the truth. But go ahead.
Yeah. So 10 Toes Down was actually it's a 10 Toes Down TV. I think it's 10 Toes.
That sounds about right.
He basically said that he was in a relationship with Africa Bambaataa.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, because he's like, well, it's like we like with Bee Stinger, we know it affected Bee Stinger because when Bee Stinger, got up there, he wanted to get his justice and get what I'm saying, and get whatever. And you don't really hear too much out of him too much anymore. You really don't. You might hear him here and there. Like I think I know he was like on some type of documentary, which was kind of skewed, but he was on that. But with Hassan Campbell, it's more so like he's crying and then he's trying to outlash, and then that's where he's trying to have like the tough guy persona, and it's talking about the he just hurt. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to push up this whole agenda, this whole persona of like, hey, I'm the tough guy, this, that, and that's why he talks the way he talks. But like I said, it's unfortunate. I really feel, sad for Hassan Campbell because it's just like if those two would have linked up together, man, this would have been
so much more, man.
This would have been but the thing of it is what saddens me too, like when the other people started coming on and him fighting them, like these people didn't have nothing to do with you.
He cussing at them. Yeah. What the F is this nigga doing on here? Who the fuck is he? I'm like, dude, calm down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's his life. He can have whoever he wants.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's not your life,
Yeah. So I mean that's the thing about that. It was really a sad thing to see.
Yeah, I can bet, man.
Because I was expecting at least him to act, you know what I'm saying? To like, okay, you know what? Yeah, I fucked up. I apologize. This is why I did it. Okay, I was wrong about you. Okay, now we got that out the way. How are we gonna build? We're building the, you said you're trying to do this stuff for the kids. How are we gonna build towards that? And the thing of it is like his focus, Hassan Campbell's focus was just on Kwame about like, you got money. You were rich more than you were poor. You can't relate to my struggle. I was up here, rocking niggas snot by, turn TVs off. And so that's another thing that came out. 10 Toes Down said Hassan Campbell really ain't got nobody.
Wow.
What happened was he went to jail for murder. He did go to jail for that allegedly. But the thing of it is, the guy, I forgot the guy's name. He's dead now. He killed somebody, and he was going to kill Hassan because he saw it.
Mm.
And what he did was like, look, you're gonna take this fall,
right?
And when you take, so that when the murder case came up, and they found out that he didn't do it. That's why he got out.
That's how he
and
got
then
out.
He was coming out. That's why he was coming out saying like, I ain't got, I got bodies and stuff.
Mm.
I went in for a murder charge. Like, but nah, you went in, that's not really what happened. So it's really unfortunate.
Yeah.
Especially in the time we in, man. Like we ain't got time to be being a tough guy right now. We gotta build. We really gotta build.
We really do, man. We really do. And I mean, I really wish they could have just came together. It would seem like the conversation was making some progress in the beginning, but eventually, Hassan Campbell just couldn't. I think what it was, and this is my opinion because I've done this before myself. So I don't know if it's a New York thing or what, but maybe it's a New York thing. But sometimes in the past, I've done that where I've apologized to people, and I'm thinking, okay, that should be the end of it. Let's just move the fuck on. That's what you wanted, right? You just wanted an apology. And that's not enough sometimes. You have to understand some people need a little bit more. They need to hear or understand your point of view. Why did you do this? It's not enough for you to just apologize. So it took me a while to learn that. So I've kind of gotten past that, and I think he hasn't gotten to that point yet.
Yeah.
He just thought if I say I'm sorry and apologize and say I'm being a man about it, he'll shut the hell up and we can just move on and act like it never happened. But see, that's the thing. When you do that, you're still liable to have that same situation happen again if you don't really get to the root of the issue. So that's why Kwame Brown was kept pressing him like, okay, I appreciate your apology, but let's delve a little bit deeper into why this happened. Because I think he was looking at it like, I don't want it to happen again. I don't want you as another black man to make the mistake of putting another black man on Front Street for no reason.
Oh, can I make one?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hassan Campbell allegedly is not black.
He's not?
He's Dominican.
Dominican? Okay. Yes. My bad.
Which I don't know. I always thought they were the same people. Like
yeah, I mean they're pretty much black, but I mean they're
be like Godfrey. I know black.
Right. Yeah, I mean it's just like somebody like
I know black.
It's like Fat Joe. He's Spanish, or I don't know if he's Puerto Rican or Dominican. But I think
Cuban.
It's Cuban. But
no. Yeah, he's Cuban, I think.
Yeah.
He's either Cuban or Puerto Rican.
And he still, he identifies mostly with black people. You know what I mean? So I think they should identify that way, but some of them don't.
I know black.
I know black. Godfrey's a fool, man. Godfrey is a pure fool. His impersonation just be on point, man.
But continue. I'm sorry.
No, you good. I was just saying that I think that's what Hassan Campbell's issue was. He just wanted it to be a sorry, and then that shut the whole shit down. And now we from here we can just act like it never happened. Mm-hmm. Which that's cool, but that doesn't really get to the root of the problem, because then you have that same issue in the future where you keep having to apologize to somebody instead of trying to fix what made you do it. Instead of him saying, you know what, some motherfuckers got in my inbox and said this, I'm not gonna listen to that shit no more. I'm gonna start doing my research and making sure that I'm 100% factual before I speak on something. That would have been what Kwame Brown was looking for.
That's what Kwame Brown kept saying, like, a man don't think, a man don't think, he don't say what, no, a man know. You gotta do the research and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, he was speaking to me too, because I fucked up some shit sometimes. Like that, I pull my shoulder out and pull my whole shoulder out.
Yeah.
Whole joint link and shit. Like, damn. I'm wrong about that.
We all do that.
Man.
Mistakes, man. So none of us are above that. It's just that some people don't grow as fast as others. Some people just let themselves stay in that same shit. And so Kwame Brown is just like, let this be a teachable moment so that you don't do this shit again. And Hassan Campbell wasn't really feeling that. He was just like, nah, I apologize like a man. So what else the fuck you want me to do? I ain't gonna kiss your ass. So fuck you and F your audience and all of this. It's like, dude, what are you talking about?
Going to war. You know what I'm saying? You done shaded the whole New York.
Right.
Shaded the whole New York. Trying to do my Hassan Campbell. Now I'm about to rock your snot box. Get the TV turned off.
Right.
I'm gonna slam your lanky ass.
It's crazy, man. But it is what it is, man. I hope they can get to the point where they can resolve this at some point.
Yeah.
I mean, Hassan Campbell was definitely, not representing manhood or the state of New York properly. You know what I mean? So don't do that, man.
And that's the thing, man. We as black people, this regional shit. Like, my man from up top, I've been here in North Carolina. We get along. That's how it should be. We shouldn't be on none of this regional shit. Like,
exactly.
I mean, don't get me wrong now. I mean, we all have fun. Like, Brooklyn in the house. Right. Like Carolina. You know what I'm saying? Like LA. We have. It's cool to shout out where you're from, but like, really, what is that profit?
Right.
We still held down by the same system as fucking each and every one. No matter what region you're from. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. I'm sick of that regional shit.
What Rakim said, it ain't where you're
from is where you at. That's right.
And that's just how it is. We got to learn from the older guys. You know what I mean? So represent, man. I represent North Carolina. Just as much as I represent New York. I've been here a long time, so I can definitely represent North Carolina, even though I'm from up top. Up top was my foundation, but
man, a lot of that's the thing. Shit, a lot of these North niggas, shoot, your family member down here in the country down here, boy. Down there with them colored greens, colors, goddamn grits, boy.
But you know what it is? What I find? It's kind of this ebb and flow thing. A lot of people from down here, when they get tired of feeling like they're too country, they move up there.
Yeah.
And a lot of people from up there, when they get tired of that hard city life, they move down south. So, it happens to a lot of people. A lot of people I know who are from here have actually moved up north to DC and New York and New Jersey because they're like, I'm tired of that country life. I want this city life now. And it happens to both. So people in the city get tired of that and they want some country life.
I'll tell you what, give me shoot. I'll take a damn tractor. I'm for real, yo. Like I ain't got no tractor or nothing like that, but hey, I'll take a land tractor, be chill any day.
Yeah, I feel you, man.
Like, the older I get now, it's like, I don't, the city. Like when I was younger and stuff, like in my 20s and stuff, yeah, I kind of wanted to go to the city to get that. But now that I'm older, like, I kind of just want to chill and, make. I want to be around people, but I don't want to be like around like a whole like roaches around people. Nah, I don't want that.
Yeah, man. That's life in New York, man. It's overcrowded, boy. So
you get them in there.
Yeah, you get used to it. It's like they said, it's the city that never sleeps. So
I like your damn dog.
Man, motor mouth over there. I wish I could just throw something from here. I wouldn't hit it, but we joke because my dog be snoring in the background hard, man. But she be all right. She leads a hard life. She got to get up and use all her energy to eat and then go back to sleep.
Man.
She got a lot going on. You know what I mean?
Dog life.
She got to walk all the way over to the bowl.
Yeah.
Eat, chew. It take a lot to chew. And then she got to rest it off, She got to rest.
Yeah, you think about you chewing.
So if y'all ever hear a little motor revving in the background, that's what that is, All right. So, but yeah, that's all I had to say about Hassan Campbell and Kwame Brown. Did you want to say anything else about that?
That's it, man. Other than let's continue to pray for the situation.
Absolutely.
Real talk, because I like what Kwame Brown is doing. One thing I will say that's positive. There's some negatives about Kwame too, but the positive thing I could say, I feel that he's championing the regular people, and he's bringing people together.
I agree.
That's something I commend him for. I also like the fact that he's trying to talk about getting people these trades and the coding, and he's really, really pushing that. There have been other programs. I think that's something we need to start doing. We need to actually, like on this platform, maybe if we can just like once every episode or so, we actually post maybe some type of coding or some type of job or whatnot, so people can be motivated. Like, okay, if you have this and you get this, this is what you can do.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that way we can like post and actually get some more, get people to actually be more involved. And that way we can play a part in actually getting some people to get into these fields here.
Absolutely.
And there's other trades and stuff that you can get into besides coding and because he mentions like truck driving, but you know what I'm saying? And that's one thing he's truthful about too. Some of these jobs that have these the company policy, they damn near silence you. You can't say nothing, mention nothing. I'm thankful that I don't work in an environment so much like that. But man, some of these corporations got you by the balls. Like with me and my girl, we was talking about this one lady. You know how these people have the memes,
mm-hmm.
and like this one girl, she was like a meme. I forgot she had like one of the face, but there was like a lot of stuff that was attached to it.
Okay.
And when she went to the job was like, well, since you got that meme, you got attached to a lot of stuff, we're gonna have to let you go. And it's like, dude. But the thing of it is, like, instead of doing that, how come they couldn't utilize, like, hey, the meme girl, the girl that you follow on the meme, she works here. You know what I'm saying? And that would have been a great accent to the company. But no, they want, but that's the thing. And it's like, she couldn't control that someone took, a picture and made it viral.
Exactly.
She couldn't control
man. That's stupid
to me, man. So, that's
very stupid.
So I think it is important to get these trained so you can, you can do what you want.
Absolutely. So yeah, I definitely agree with that. Before we get to our last topic, let's just make sure to hit those buttons: like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe.
Brothers and sisters.
We need your help.
We need to allocate funds to the school. I'm shut up.
we got a wall built. We got a wall built.
We got it. Yeah, okay. we built the green wall.
Exactly.
We built the green wall. All right.
The plumbing behind.
We got to get the
before we can do that. So
and the Mexicans gonna pay for it. I mean, wrong wall. But I'm fucking with y'all. I'm joking. Just joking. These are jokes.
We're gonna get to our last topic. We got to talk about the icon, the legend, one of the foundations of new school hip hop, Biz Markie. Always been one of my favorite rappers from the beginning. His was probably, I think, maybe the first album that I bought. Because I was going back and I was rethinking, and I was like, wait a minute, I think his was like, me and my brother, we were always kind of splitting things up. Me and my brother Daryl. We would get up our money, tapes and albums was about somewhere between $7 and $10 back then. And so we would get up our money and we would say, okay, I got enough for one, you got enough for one. And I bought the Biz and he bought Big Daddy Kane's album.
Oh, awesome.
So we would always kind of split it up, you know what I mean? When MC Light came out, I bought MC Light, he bought Audio 2, something like that. We would always kind of share that. You buy one, I buy one, so we can kind of double this up.
Oh, that's what's up.
But Biz was always one of my favorites. He actually came out a little bit before Big Daddy Kane. It was the same year, but just months apart. And so I remember Biz was a big influence on me, man, because he was always so funny and comical. You could tell he was just a fun person to be around. And I always used to just think, man, I would love to hang out with him. You know what I mean? Some people you see like a Coogee rap or something like that, you like, nah, I don't even want to run into that nigga on a dark alley. You know what I mean? I might get shot messing with that nigga. Some people you like, I don't want to. But Biz is like that guy. You like, I would love to hang out with him. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
Right. So many rappers have been paying tribute and showing these videos. I don't know if you've seen them. A lot of people have been showing videos of behind the scenes stuff where Biz was at their house, playing with their kids, keeping everybody entertained, all kinds of stuff, man. And it's like, wow, you never knew that he was even hanging out with this such and such rapper or this one over here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I love that, man, that everybody has their stories about Biz, especially people like Kane. And this is the one thing I wanted to mention earlier. Biz is only the one person who can say that they beat Kane in a rap battle.
Wow.
The one person, not because he was a better lyricist, but when you're battling on a street, it's all about who can make the other person look foolish, and Biz is good for clowning people in his rhymes, what I mean? So Biz was throwing them shots that was making Kane look a little crazy or whatever, and Kane is like the lyricist, so he's giving them the bars, but everybody's like really hype about Biz stuff, so Biz actually beat Kane in a rap battle, you know what I mean? And that's how they actually kind of met up, because everybody kept telling them, a Biz about Kane and Kane about Biz. And after that, Biz was like, yo, we got to stay together. So I'm about to get this record deal. I need you to come along so you can get a record deal, blah, blah, blah. We had Roxanne Shante, you know what I mean? So, and I know I'm ranting a little bit, but that's how important Biz was to me. So and then you go back to the songs like the Death Fresh Crew, where he was live on stage with Roxanne Shante. You know, he's Biz Markie, and he's doing the beatbox in the back. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm Shante, he's Biz Markie. You know, man, that's one of my favorites right there. So I know she got some stories about Biz.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? I know Kane got some stories about Biz. LL told a story about Biz. He was saying, and I never even knew they hung out that much. But it was funny after LL did his post about Biz yesterday. I was listening to Biz this morning, and he was making a lot of references to Queens and Farmers Boulevard, which is where LL's from. And I'm like, so no wonder they did hang out, because he's always, Biz is always saying these little references about Farmers Boulevard. LL always rapped about Farmers Boulevard. I'm like, son of a bitch, I never realized it until now that they was actually that cool with each other. So, but yeah, let's take a walk down memory lane. What's some of your memories of Biz?
Yeah, man. I think I heard like the Just a Friend joint. You know, we didn't really get to hear it down here too much. Yeah. I think they one or two jams before Busta Rhymes and all them left. You know what I'm saying? They would go back and play some of that stuff from the. This was in the 90s then, right, so it wasn't that long ago. Mm-hmm. And, you didn't really have too much rap, you know what I'm saying, hip-hop. I mean, there was music out.
Right.
So, yeah, I heard Just a Friend. I was like, oh, yeah, I remember, that was a joint.
Yeah, that's a classic beat, too.
When I started growing up, collecting on my own. And this was before I had religious experience to throw joints out. But I had the Biz Markie I Need a Haircut album. That was the album that I kind of got exposed to Biz Markie, and it was more kind of like a modern feel, for that time.
Yeah, absolutely.
The one thing I had on that was, if you remember, what's his name? Is it Gil O'Sullivan? The one Gilbert O'Sullivan.
Oh, okay.
The Alone Again song. He took that sample, when they thought, he cleared it. I had that album, like on compact disc. Mm-hmm. Again, threw it out because all this, the devil. But yeah, man, that album was dope because it had that song on there. And it has the what goes around comes around. Yeah. What goes around comes around. That song. It had a dope Posse record on there. I forgot who was on that, but it was like, take something from the top, from the top. Like, it was dope.
Okay, I don't remember that one. I don't think I heard as much.
I just remember I'm
gonna have to go back and re-listen to that.
But it's a dope album, man. Like, okay, it definitely wasn't going off or anything like that, but that was definitely like my memory from business. Because back in those. Oh, and then my other song was the Busy Doing Nothing. He busy doing nothing. Yeah, man. That's one thing about Biz I like. He was just a character. He was just he was just, man. He just reminded me of, like, man, this is what, this is, if I was ever MC or that's the type of kind of stuff I would be. Like, I would be the Biz. Exactly. I wouldn't be no gangster rapper or nothing like that. I would just be like a crazy character, man.
Exactly, man. Biz was he was loved by everybody, man. That's why Master Ace did that song, Just Rhyming with the Biz. He was actually trying to get Biz on the song.
But yeah, that was his voice. He vocalized, yeah.
Right, Master Ace did that. He did the Biz parts, yeah. Because Biz couldn't make it to do the song, but it still came out as a good song. And I remember thinking, I was like, y'all in the same crew, why he couldn't be on the song? But I guess it was just a timing thing, you know what I mean? But I like how he did the little puppet, that was good, you know what I mean? So he's man, Biz has been on some of my favorite songs, man. I remember he did the posse cut on Funk Master Flex called Nothing But Flavor with ODB and Charlie Brown from Leaders of the New School.
Okay.
So yeah, that was dope. That's one of my favorite tracks.
Oh, the was it Frank Frank Cutlass.
Frankie Cutlass.
Yeah, the Juice Crew All Stars.
Yeah,
Greg G. Yeah, Shantae and Biz.
That was a dope one too.
Yeah,
man. He's just man. He's an all around everybody's favorite rapper. You know what I mean? So everybody has a story about Biz. I'm sure. I encourage anybody to just go back and check it out. You know, don't get so caught up in today's hip hop that you can't actually appreciate the older hip hop that kind of kicked in those doors. You know what I mean? Because people like him kind of kicked in those doors and made it cool to be this kind of larger size, you know, kooky, you know, just clownish guy, man, who just had fun with the raps. You know what I mean? He was just having fun. You know, he didn't let nobody say, well, you're not pronouncing this right, or you're not doing this right, and you should stop rapping. Nah, he outshined almost everybody in the Juice Crew, and he wasn't even that articulate.
Nah,
you know what I mean?
But I think he was like he knew how to sell. He was a showman. You know what I'm saying? I think he knew how to do. He knew how to do that. Yeah, his presence.
Yeah,
stage presence.
I mean, he made a song on his first album about a mall called Albee Square Mall. You know what I mean? And it was like one of the dopest songs on the album. You know, he's just rapping about one of his favorite malls. You know what I mean? He made a song called Pickin' Boogers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is a man who, you know what I mean, sitting on the toilet bowl raps. You know what I mean? I mean, he was just a clown, man, and he didn't care about what other people thought. You know what I mean? That's what was so dope about him. He was bulletproof in that regard. You know what I mean? And I really love that.
Oh, that's another one of the I Need a Haircut album. Look at my mother. There you go. There you go.
Wow. So I definitely got to go back and hear that.
Yo, that album. If I can find that on fire, and I hope they have that other track, because you know that's another thing too on the I Need a Haircut album. After they find out that the samples weren't cleared, they removed on certain copies. They removed that alone again off the album. So I hope I can find that on vinyl.
Yeah, that's a tough one because remember he had to do the all samples clear joint.
Yeah.
Because he was having so much trouble with the samples. But it's like, dang man. For me, I don't know. I mean, as for me, I would have more so as the artist. If he sampled my stuff and didn't get permission, I'd just like, okay, let's retroactively just pay some money back, but you can keep the sample. You know, it's a good song. I don't want to make you take your music name.
Yeah.
Just because I'm in my feelings. I'd have just been like, you know, just pay some money back, you know, because you used it. You know what I mean? Instead of just making them take it down. But, you know, it is what it is, you know. But Biz is just, he's just that dude, man. He made me happy in hip hop. You know, he one of those people who just, you know, made you feel good when you listen to his music,
man.
You know what I mean? Big Daddy Kane wrote some of his stuff.
Yeah.
But, you know, Biz didn't have no shame in that. He would tell Kane, you know, I want you to write this song for me. He got Kane to write Pickin' Boogers for him. And Kane said that he specifically told him, just somewhere in the song, just make sure you put the phrase, hey, mom, what's for dinner? Go up your nose and pick a winner. I think that's in like the first verse, you know what I mean? But, he said, as long as you put that in there, I don't care what else you write. You know what I mean? So Kane told that story. Remember I told you Kane did that podcast. So he talked about that. He talked about a lot of stuff like that, man. So, man, I was heartbroken to hear it. I mean, I knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
Because we had the scare when they said he had died like a week or two ago. Yeah. And he's been doing better, but, you know, he's still been struggling with his illness. He had diabetes and all his heart troubles and stuff like that. So I knew something was going to eventually happen. It was just, I was hoping we had a little more time where maybe he could get back out there, communicate with people. And then maybe later, okay, he had to turn for the worse. But he never got back to really, communicating. But he'll always be one of my favorites, man. And for me, I'll never let old school hip hop die down, man. For people like him, they really push the culture of hip hop and just Black culture forward by just, being himself. You know what I mean? Like, what was the Vapors?
Yeah.
When he talked about how, people dissed him when he tried to rap and, the wet food stamp. You remember that? Did you ever see the video for the Vapors?
Bits. I have to go back and watch it, but yeah.
When he did his part about his story, he he was like, he said, yeah, how he went over to the crew that was rapping on the block and tried to rap with him. He said, they said no and treated me like a wet food stamp. And then in the video, he got on like a little baseball hat and with a food stamp stuck to the front of it. So I'm like, yo, dude is a fool, man. And I mean, he's that dude, man. So I'm definitely gonna do some kind of tribute, maybe a Lost in Thought video for him, because I really just, he's somebody I would love to just talk about and just reminisce, you know. But for me, some of my favorite songs, Make the Music, Nobody Beats the Biz, man. The Vapors. I mean, his first album, this is all from his first album, and they were all like street hits. He wasn't like mega rich, but his was one of the albums that had like some of the most hits. Like if you go back and listen to the album, almost every song is known. You know what I mean? He had a song called The Biz Dance where he, taught you how to do what he called the biz dance. That was a street banger. The Vapors, Something for the Radio, Nobody Beats the Biz, Make the Music with Your Mouth, Going Off. You know what I mean? All of these were certified hits on the street that you can play anywhere in the hood and people would be banging out. It wouldn't be, oh, I never heard that one before. You know what I mean?
No.
So he had more notable stuff on his album than even Big Daddy Kane. Big Daddy Kane, on his first album, it was a classic, but it was probably like half the album was like everybody knew about. The other half of the album, you might not have known. You know what I mean? So you had to really be a hardcore fan to really know some of those other songs if you didn't have the album. Biz, all of his shit was getting played on the radio. Picking Boogers, the Biz Dance, Make the Music, all of that, man. You know what I mean? So he definitely had notoriety, and he got so big that he was on children's shows. He was on Yo Gabba Gabba, yeah, teaching people how to beatbox. Right. He was. Remember, he made an appearance in the Will Smith movie, Men in Black.
Oh,
remember that? Yeah.
The
beatbox part, yeah. So I think Biz was like a security guard or something like that, but that was the only way Will Smith could communicate with him. Will was doing beatbox, and then Biz would beatbox back to him. I was like, yo, that was so dope, man. So I love that, man. Biz is just all around that dude, man. Everybody loves Biz.
I was gonna say this too, man. It's just, I just reminded that, and I'm talking to me when I say this, we gotta get our health in check, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
With the, diabetes and stuff, taking our, I mean, not just that, you know what I'm saying, but, poor health choices taking our people out, the people that we love. So, I mean, in 2021, man, it's been a rough year, man. Because we lost rappers back to back, and
right.
You know what I'm saying, the Rock, Black Rock, DMX, Shock G, now Biz
Markie, all of these people, man. So, Prince, Marky D.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And all of them are dying in their 50s, man. What the fuck?
Yeah, man.
Biz was 57.
Yeah.
I think Ecstasy from Houdini, I think, was exactly 57.
And then some of the other, some other people that were from, minuscule groups, not to diminish them, but, their impact was, because my man from people, when I'm thinking of the people under the stairs, I can't think of my man's name, but, he passed this year. So,
the rapper? Talking about the rapper?
Yeah, it's a rap. Yeah, because it's a group.
It Joe Sinister?
Don't get me the line.
Because I know he made a song called "People Under the Stairs."
But the group's name "People Under." Oh no! I think the group is. I think the group.
I know what you're talking about.
Fun DMC. I think the album was Fun DMC.
Yeah.
And I think the group. I have to go back and check it.
And then we just lost my man from Black Alicious.
Yeah. Give the guy.
Give the guy. I think he was in his 50s.
Yep.
Shit, man, we done lost so many people. It's hard to keep count now.
Yeah, man. So
this is crazy, man.
Yeah, we gotta send our flowers out, and man, it's just we just gotta heal this community.
Yeah, man. And we gonna keep paying homage to these people in hip hop, man, because that's what we do. If you really love hip hop, you gotta do that. You can't just think of the newer artists. You can't just say, Soulja Boy is as far back as I go. You know what I mean? It's like you gotta go back and learn about where it all started from. You know, the Africa Bambatas, no matter what happened with him, he still was pivotal. You know what I mean? Cool Herc, Run DMC, you know, Grandmaster Flash, Furious 5, Treacherous 3, you know what I mean? Sugar Hill, you know what I mean? All of them, man. It's like you got to go back and learn about the struggle they went through, how they endured, how they kicked indoors, you know what I mean? And you know, just did their thing, man, and helped make hip hop what it is. So we ain't gonna never stop doing that, you know what I mean? So
just like P. Diddy, we ain't gonna stop.
Yeah, man. I told you that we won't stop. I told you that we won't stop. Take that. Yo, we clown, man, but Diddy is funny, man.
Yeah.
Brother Love.
Call me Brother Love. Yeah, Little Nas X is brave out
there.
Yeah. Y'all can dance with me if you want to. Yo, hey, yo,
No, Diddy, man, he still that dude though. He rich as hell though. Gotta give him that.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I mean, like I said, look out for a Lost in Thought from me in the next couple of days because I definitely want to pay some homage to Biz, and you know we might do a lyrical breakdown on him as well. You know, because he wasn't the best lyricist, but he had some notable lyrics. And he's worthy of a lyrical breakdown. So
yes, sir.
We will definitely do that. But look out for a Lost in Thought segment from me in the next couple of days. You know, we'll go from there. We'll have this show uploaded. You know, it'll be live on YouTube right now. But, you know, I'm going to go back and make a more official, you know, with some nice background effects since we got the green screen, you know, that y'all going to see by the time this gets to that version. And any of y'all who watch us on Instagram or Facebook, go back and check out the YouTube channel because we got a lot more content on there, and we really need y'all to, you know, support. You know, let us know what you think about it. You know what I mean? Even if you see something you want to change, give us some feedback. You know what I mean? If you have some rappers you'd like to nominate for the lyrical breakdown, give us your feedback. You know what I mean? We want to hear that. So. But yeah, so do you have anything else to say about Biz before we wrap up the show today?
Man, just you know, shout out to the the loved ones, the family. Yeah, man. Oh, I will say this. So last night I took my girl to we went to a Cuban restaurant.
Okay.
And it's just funny. I took her there, and they had this band playing.
Okay.
And he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna be back." But he kind of mimics a beatbox for some reason.
Wow.
So he's like, yeah, he was like beatbox.
Okay.
Like just he didn't do a lot, but he just kind of did it like he was like hitting
enough to notice.
Yeah. And then I found out like he died. You know, Biz Markie died when that happened. You know.
Oh, okay.
You know why? Wow, sure. And then the fact that we was in a Cuban restaurant, I looked up the Fat Joe thing, and Fat Joe was still talking about, yeah, we're going to do the efforts for Cuba, this that. So it was like, but I was in a Cuban restaurant. It's like it's just crazy how that was connected. Yeah, that was connected. I was like, man, that just I don't know. Crazy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that was, you know, foreshadowing or anything like that, but it was still, you know, I just felt weird about that because that's just not coincidence.
Right. Yeah, so, that's something, man. That's interesting, man. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, you know, he and that was what was so dope. You know, I mean, you had a lot of beatboxers. You got Dougie Fresh, you had Buffy from the Fat Boys, you know, and Biz. And, you know, I remember there was one time in an interview where they asked him, you know, what's the difference between you and people like Dougie Fresh and Fat Boys? And he was actually able to differentiate his style from their style. He was like, yeah, Dougie Fresh is more like this. You know, he did Doug style. And then he's like, and the Fat Boys are more like this. And then he was like, but I'm more like this. You know, and he did his shit. And I was like, damn, you know, that's dope. It takes a lot of talent to be able to mimic other people's styles. You know what I mean? So he was just so multi-talented, man. And one other thing I want to say that helped me to relate to him was because he was born up top. You know, I think he was born in Long Island, I believe. but he's one of those who traveled around a lot. So he don't have one specific borough to represent. He's lived in New Jersey. He's lived in Staten Island. You know what I mean? Brooklyn. He's been all over New York, Harlem. And that's kind of how my time in New York was.
Yeah.
I was born in Harlem, you know what I mean? But I shortly moved up to the Bronx. And, and then I moved around the Bronx. We've stayed in Brooklyn sometimes. You know what I mean? We have family out there. So we did a lot of traveling. So I can say, I'm like kind of like Biz in that regard. I moved around a lot. You know what I mean? So, it's that always kind of made me, feel good about that, because sometimes when you're in New York, they kind of look at you like, who you repping? You repping Bronx or you repping Brooklyn? And I'm like, well, I lived over here, but I also lived over here. And Biz was just like, yeah, I'm from Harlem, but I also am from Long Island. I'm also from New Jersey. He wasn't scared to say that.
Yeah.
So he was the one that made me kind of feel comfortable about that. You know what I mean? Man. So shout out to Biz. Rest in peace. So this has been episode 171.
171.
And we really appreciate y'all listening to us just rant about stuff, man. We just love talking about hip hop. And we'll keep going from there. Rest in peace to Biz. Don't forget today is Guru's birthday, so rest in peace to him and happy birthday. Yeah. And we'll see y'all next week. This has been your man Kurt, the Triad Hip Hop Podcast. And this is
Howard.
And we're going to see y'all on the next one. All right?
Peace.
All right. Let's see. Cut that out. You can get them two back there. All right.